Last week, local landscaper Simon from Hawkesbury Native Landscapes came out to the farm to help me with the physical design of my kitchen garden. Simon has been really important to me in creating the overall look of the landscaping at the Cook's Co-op. So he's my perfect choice in creating a kitchen garden that not only looks good, but is practical and functional. Today he is going to share his ideas with me, and I have asked Jordan from Workticklers to come along to give his input into the plantings.
Okay guys, after last week's site visit I've come up with this design. So it's a big area, it's about 180, 190 square metres.
Wow, okay, great. So 5 main beds.
5 main beds, 2 arches, and they'll have planting options either side.
Yep.
And then there's another large sort of corner garden if you want to do a featured fruit tree, things like that.
Okay.
So with a lot of the products that I'm recommending that we use, there's a lot more sort of second-hand products, you know, like some of the corrugated iron.
So now we're talking about planting. So I want a chemical-free garden, as you know, because we've spoken about that. So what's your, thoughts now that you can see the beds?
I absolutely love it, Simon. It looks great. The most important thing would be creating our soil and what we want our plants to grow in. So being organic and being simple, I'd like to do a no-dig garden, which is so it's like a lasagna, if you can imagine it, where you do different layers of straw, newspaper, mushroom compost and manures.
And that's and you replenish every season?
Yeah, every season, so twice a year, winter or spring, or however often you're moving along your bed cycle.
Yep. So what do you think we should plant in over the trellis?
You can do, as you did mention, you want to do some gourds or some pumpkins or something, or some cucumbers, something that will climb over there. So we can have one full of rainbow chard, a couple of different types of rockets, some kales, some spinaches, whatever you like. Some big pots of herbs around, and then these sort of shadier areas, if you will, if the westerly sun here, we can do some chives and mints, some chervils and corianders now, and they'll just love that space. Companion plant, yeah, because we've got a lot of space here. You can see in between these, some big bountiful pots again of edible flowers you can use, and companion plants, and looking fantastic at the same time.
Well, I'm really excited about this, and thank you so much for this amazing plan. It's actually the vision that I had, so you took it out of my head and put it on paper.
That's great.
And you're going to do the planting for me?
Together.
Together,
but together.
Yeah, we'll do it together. Yeah, I won't be doing the hard grunt. I'll do a bit.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Simon's doing the hard grunt.
Like all good plans, we had to change it. On the first day we discovered a major rock platform which forced us to sort of slightly modify our design. We kept the main principle with our arches and garden beds, but just slightly changed our entrance point. The rock is really spectacular, so we're going to build around it, and we will still manage to deliver a really functional garden that will look great.
Right, I'm up next. It's my turn to plan out these 5 beds that Simon's made. We did have a couple of design changes. We had 2 here that now have much more sun than we expected due to some rock that we couldn't get rid of. So they all have different functionality, exposure to wind, sun, and will be planted accordingly. So we've got our 2 beds here that are in full sun. We're going to go over to this one here that the boys are yet to finish off. This is going to be our feature one. So Marty would like a nice olive tree in the middle of this. We're going to surround it with some beautiful flowers that you can see behind you, some companion plants, and again, all to bring the good bees and bugs into the garden. The other full sun one here, I've decided I want to plant some fennel in it. So it's going to take the full sun, it's going to be really productive. Again, Marty likes to use a lot of that in the kitchen, and we're kind of trying to do things in mass that we're going to use and keep it pretty simple. With the archway here, moving into summer and spring, and just around the corner, we're going to grow some beans or gourds, again, whatever Marty likes. Then we're going to put our things that need a bit more shade, coriander down the far corner, big bed of parsley, and then some seasonal greens in that bed right there.
I'm really loving my new kitchen garden. Simon's really nailed it for functionality, and also he's really tied it in with the look of the shed. And I love what Jordan has helped me achieve. Not only have I got a garden that's sustainable, but chemical free too, and I can't wait to see it in its abundant vegetable glory this spring.